Okay, so we're back for our second episode, and we have two guests that were who's joining us today. Baguio Unfiltered Part Two, and we're happy that the reception of our first episode was all right. So
2.4 views, brother.
okay, that's a good start. Yeah. So I'm Daryl.
And I'm Cricket for Baguio Unfiltered.
Right. So right now we have Lito Adiwang joining us at Bangkok. It's his fight day tomorrow, and we're here to wish him well. Anyang ikarod nabigsan samot di kalaban niya.
Napigpigsan ni Lito.
Syempre.
Anyway, our guest also, Mr. Ramon Tagle, the CEO, President of Heaven's Garden, to discuss all issues from memorial loss to real estate. And also here, a big fan of Lito, to wish him luck. Sir Mon.
Thank you.
Baka may gusto kang i-greet, Sir Mon.
Naimbag na daw kada kayo amin.
Right. So basically, Sir Mon, ang Baguio Unfiltered is that it's wala kaming siniset na topic for this, no? We've obviously tried to discuss issues of your interest, of our guests' interest, no? But you can come up with any topic that you'd like to discuss with us and the public, and eventually comments will come in para naman sa kanilang input. So
And in any dialect you can.
yes.
Okay.
This is PG-16, so pwede po tayo mag-cuss. Right?
So welcome, Lito, our champ, native of Baguio City, all the way from Dontogan, Barangay Dontogan. Kumusta
Dontogan.
yung preparasyon tayo, champ?
Okay, good coach. So, happy ako na at least invite up programa yun. And, yep. So, we're all set. We're just waiting hours from our fight. So,
Hours.
morning and tilaban tayo, Saturday morning. And, yep, hoping and praying that everything goes our way. And, yeah, as a coach, as a mentor, mamuta kong coach, hindi pa lang, you know that once nga datin set tayo, goal tayo, I'm into it, and that's my dream, to bring back a gold belt to my country, especially in Baguio City.
Kumusta ti weight mo, idol? Okay mat lang, haka narigatan, no? You had to do a lot of diet.
Pinagpreparan tayo mati ko tayo tata. So we're on weight, and actually na underweight ako pa kite. So okay, on weight tayo and hydrated tayo, and we're ready to go.
Yun. So mahirapan si Mr.
Kito Yamakita.
Yamakita.
Yes,
Yamakita,
so
no?
we're all hoping tomorrow, hanan nga makakita.
Ano nga makakita.
Right.
So, kumusta record na dito yung opponent mo na bigat, idol?
So yep, my record na has been beating the former top fives. The name of Saruta, na dating top 5 then, and Alex Silva from Brazil, black belt, and recently he beated Miado also, my former opponent. So nadagsan mat kakalaban na niya basta-basta ni Karkarot. He's ranked number 4
Okay.
in our division in the world. So may saka motivation kita tap na nga abakan tap na makaunay ka manan ti top 5.
Right. And what's his discipline? If grappler ba dito?
So the base na ka talaga he's a good wrestler, and he got a good grappling skill also.
Oh, okay. Well, we're pretty confident nga kaya mo siguro i-combat the Gijay since you're a very well-rounded fighter, Lito. So
Explosive Yeah.
explosive din po. So I know you have your own game plan. Stick to it. Get your focus on, your fight game on, and we are all rooting for you here. Not only in the Philippines, kundi fans mo all
over the world, yeah.
Si Sir Mon, alam natin na martial artist din to kasama natin Kaya he actually supported one of our groups in Baguio at that time, yung Team Torogi. Si
Okay.
Sir Mon ang isa sa mga biggest supporter nila. But anyway, si Lito Sir, anong wish natin kay Mr. Adiwang for his fight tomorrow.
Of course, idol din natin si Lito. So we wish all the luck for Lito and I hope he wins.
I'll do my best, sir, and thank you for the good luck.
Good luck, sir. At alam kong kayang-kaya mo yan kasi my God, this guy, when he first came out, talagang this was like parang feeling ko tatalunin nito yung record nila nila Fulayang kako kasi talagang explosive eh. Talagang kahit yung mga grapplers na natatakasan niya eh.
Right.
Sometimes you get caught.
Everybody gets caught.
Yeah.
Right, Lito? Everybody gets caught.
And we're
So,
confident. We're confident, sir.
Very
Kayang-kaya mo na ta.
Personally, very proud ako ni Lito. I've known this kid since in his younger days, as a martial artist. Ako rin nagulat kasi when he was still with just striking the wushu ni Lito Gaminidi. Kat one of our friends, Coach Dari Malikdan from UB said, Coach, umay ka man ijay gym tayo, ijay Universal, kita ang dating nga ubing. So napamay pinasyal isuna ijay Baguio Health Club at that time. Manutawad mo idi Lito 16 saman.
Yep, around 15, 16,
So
coach.
nagrugrugyana or
Isu santo kasi madlang pinalikos na dagay varsity iti UB nga he wanted to really transition from just striking to become a full-rounded
right.
MMA athlete. Now we're all very proud of him. Gamin jay level of thinking na kinjay focus na is way advanced dagay jay ka-age na. So I know he's gonna prevail again at this fight so he could conquer back jay ranking na jay top 5
May mata.
and hopefully get that long-awaited rematch with Mr. Jared Brooks.
The Monkey King, no? Si Monkey
The
King.
Monkey King. Yeah.
So, agka-level kayo ti-weight ni Pasio?
Yes, sir.
Alright, okay. Do you ever see yourself clashing, perhaps? I mean, going for a... Siyempre, what would dictate, I would imagine, is your winnings. Yan, no? Isudan to ti kapilitan nga agsabat. Yeah. At ti kadom nga kailian tayo dito nga makilaban no bigat Sir Lito?
So, once I had that kakadwa tayo dito, my former teammate, Buminaan, is fighting also.
Yvonne, well.
And then, isang Pinoy pa is Jeremy Miado. And by half-half tayo na Muay Thai na lalaban din. So, kasla upat kami and unfortunately, that fight kami ni Jeremy ni Pakatiw, yun nga lang na overweight day kalaban na and nandiyan masa hydration so na-cancel the bout na.
At least na default on his favor niya.
Well, big ups to Jeremy Pacati from Lions MMA. Yeah, for winning
Instant
win without breaking a sweat.
Balato mata.
Hindi, para sa malaman lang ng mga viewers natin, it's a long drawn process to prepare for a fight.
Yeah.
At least 6 to 8 weeks bago daw maisalang. So, respect nga if you are agreeing on one weight, a move in advance, you should be able to respect lang kumamat niya. Anyway, thank you and congratulations kini Jeremy Pacati Lito na makita may bagamta congratulations kay
No sweat.
Yes, sir.
No sweat.
one of our pride and joy of Baguio Matlaan ni Jeremy niya.
Yes, sir.
So,
Will do.
5-0, sir. I-5-0 yung amin nagitatap no proud Philippines. Proud Pinoy man na niya.
Yep. We'll do our best. And delang as I'm asking again by your show and dagiti katayo kailian dayo dita. We're asking for your prayers and support again. So number one data prayer tayo nga sabay ko mata when pinagsaganaan ni gusto nagrigat the training and preparation, all sacrifices have been done. Yung sabay ko mata umunag kami jay kadrumuar kami jering as healthy as we enter the ring. So dayti daw-dawatin mi nga nagpigsa ti kararag tayo and dayti may sanga dawatin mi nga support ko mga ikararag tayo. Inayon na kami ti prayers yung mayat ti after the fight, no injuries sila ta.
For all athletes.
Right, for all
Yeah.
athletes. So that's one thing good with being in the sports game. You wish your opponent to be healthy after it's said and done. Anyway, Lito, we would like to thank you once again. Kahit ko nga imbitaam dagito yung fans mo here locally in Baguio and the rest of the Philippines, actually the rest of the world, to witness your ass beating on that keto Hanan Makakita for tomorrow. And I would like for you to invite them, and our prayers to you, Thunder Kid, and
Thank you.
be safe and hope to see you soon when you come back for a little
Yeah.
vacation from your training camp. All right?
Yeah. So, yep. For our fans all over the world and especially dito Baguio, yeah, once again, dati ito'y itakdarmiti flag tayo sa Filipino Pride fighting internationally. So, I'm inviting everyone to tune in and watch our fight. And again, I'm always asking you for your prayers. Sabi ko mga kami man kan anyati ko na dapat healthy kami marumwat at may sa pinaka daw-dawat ang kararagyo kanyaming athlete it's hard also it's you know how hard it is, coach, balin nga athlete, the sacrifice lang ako tear blood and sweat nga talaga tikot so as an athlete nga may sanga na injury dahil nakita nga narigat nga retire kagapulang ti injury. So that's my
Yeah.
I'm asking for prayer nga dapat mayat ko man nag-retire ti may sa athlete nga nalpas ti career na talaga nga is over the age already kan na prove na ti bagina kanya ag-retire ga puti injury. So once again, thank you for all your support and tune in tomorrow morning. Let's go, Philippines.
Okay.
Aluwad ka na yun, sir.
Lito, agaluwad ka. And again, one more nalipatan
Thank you for
mi.
having me in your show.
Agyaman kami that you guys paved the way for the gito'y youth tayo ti Baguio. Nagadadun ti ayam tayo dito'y ayan tayo. So can you please give them a short brief of advice no inyaman iti goals da in the future that would take them to the next level, not only in sports but also for their education. Yeah, Lito.
So, yeah, just a parting message for all our aspiring athletes and not only athletes, yung mga young generation dyan na they're trying to achieve and finish their degrees. Be a champion. Let's be champion in our own fields. Champion tayong lahat by giving our best, believing in our dreams, and don't just believe ito ang pag-aralan ko on the process of becoming where I am today. Have a dream, believe in it, but make sure that you make an action to go and achieve it. So, yeah, combine the dream with action and everything will fall through.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Very proud of you, Lito. Last words to Lito before he gets some rest. Amo kag-hydrate pa dito, maturog pa.
Punta naka-waitin niya.
And then, yeah, before I turn it over to Sermon, Gamin, once you're there, there's so much schedule nga every hour at the pictorial you, at the signing of posters you, at the media one-on-one coverage you. So you try to sneak in 10 minutes na makainanaka. Good enough there, ano yan, Lito? So,
Yep.
so I know it's a very busy day for you. Thank you for taking your time a guest dito Unfiltered, Baguio Unfiltered. And I'm
Thank
turning it
you.
over
Thank
to
you.
Mr. Montagle for his last wishes for you before your fight.
General Ryan, Lito, good luck talaga sa
Thank you.
fight mo. Nung manonood kami ni Coach, hindi kami matutulog.
After this, no?
Doon na kami magantay sa armbar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aluwad,
you.
sir.
Okay, ingat Lito, get some rest. Good luck.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
sailing to the moon. All right, thank you.
Actually, what he said, no, yung sabi niyang you should just not dream, but you have to work for it. That's what I
Right.
posted on my page, I think, a few weeks back. Because you cannot just sit on what you want to happen for yourself.
Right.
Yeah. It's always katumbas yun is hard work. Actually, more of a hard work.
Tama. Let's
And
take
just
that to the next level. Instead of dreaming, set goals. Because when you dream, when you wake up, that dream is gone. But when you have goals, you still have goals to finish. So, mas maganda lang, let's set goals instead of dreams. Yeah. So, once again, this is Baguio Unfiltered. We would like to welcome our second guest, our in-person guest, Mr. Ramon Tagle. Once again, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
A little bit of intro for yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me in your program. Well, basically, I'm in the real estate business. I'm also involved in the sports through coach here, through Team Tribal Torogi and then Team Torogi. And I'm also a reserve officer in the Philippine Army. And actually, I have a varied interest dealing with also with the Chamber of Real Estate and Builders Association.
Creba.
Yeah,
For
Creba.
short, yeah. Marami tayong kaibigan dyan.
Oo. It's a civic, socio-civic organization. Its goal is to build houses for every Filipino. Actually, it's a national organization, and it helps basically the real estate industry.
Meron din kayo actually project that I know of kasi meron tayong tinulungang school dito sa may Lourdes. Is it Lourdes?
Grotto. Yeah.
I think
Mirador area.
Mirador area.
Yeah.
You put up very nice restrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kasi nung pumunta kami doon, sinong gumawa nito? Creba, sila Ryan. Sabi, Ryan, our friend Ryan Tablak.
Yeah.
Pinuntahan ko yung CR. First time na nakakita ko ganun ng klaseng public school restroom na maayos, may bidet, modern yung design. So that's Creba. No?
Yeah.
You might want to share with the viewers what a bidet is.
Bidet. Jipus-pusit-sit. Jipus-pusit-sit.
Anyway, Sir Mon is a good long time friend of mine. Marami kaming sleepless nights that we talk about what we can do to the city, what we could do to impact lives of younger generations. Actually, in 2023, we've launched Golf for a Cause for his company and now our group Baguio Olympics, and we concentrated on college students that are almost dropping out because they cannot afford to go to school
Okay.
for their fares, for their allowances and
So,
whatnot.
doon na punta yung proceeds nung...
Yes po. So meron kaming programang called Sagot Ko Pamasahe Mo program.
But you will have to qualify.
Yes.
meron
We
ka
have
ba?
to qualify. Stringent din yung process namin kasi we even involve the school.
Okay. Alright. So, magno-nominate si school?
Yes po.
Or,
Barangay first and then the schools.
okay.
So-
Continuous to? Or
Continuous
as long
yan,
as the
yes.
funds is there?
No, actually what we give it to them in lump sum.
Alright.
Right? Maalala mo yun sir, ilan yung recipients natin ng last?
12 ba?
12.
15,
We had 12 college students that we calculated their fare from January to December. And then we awarded it to them. Actually, one of them passed away the other day. The SK Kagawan.
Ito yung sa
Yes,
Pakdal.
na single parent na tinulungan namin ni Sir
One
Mon.
of them.
Yeah.
Her life was cut short, pero I know she had bigger dreams. Graduating na rin yung bata, and then, the sad part is merong naiwan na 5-year-old na daughter. So,
I understand. Doon sa Heaven's Garden, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
he gave it
just
for free.
collected to me.
Yeah, he gave it for free. So,
binigyan
sabi
niyo
ko,
ng
thank you,
free,
Sir Mon.
Yeah.
lot, basically, itong young mother na ito na maagang pumanaw. No?
Right.
That's very generous of you, sir. Dun sa inyo is like a prime
Prime lot talaga.
prime ano siya eh. No?
Yeah, well, let's talk about that while we're at it. Alam mo sa Baguio
Ang
City
ganda yung
ngayon,
view.
one of the issues of Baguio City that is not really being covered is the lack of burial sites. Since we also have, I believe, ordinances that we cannot bury our loved ones in our backyards anymore.
Yes. For Baguio City.
Right,
For Baguio
for
City.
Baguio City.
So,
So,
may alam akong area dyan na may,
meron pa rin.
Meron ganun pa rin.
Ayun, syempre.
Siyempre, tradition din yan sa iba eh.
Right.
Especially for the Ibaloys.
Right.
Pero, I think, pag matagal mo naman ng meron yatang ganun, then there's some form of tolerance. Narikat mo't napan mo,
Ibaga nga madi.
ibaga nga ipano yun, dati ordinansa nga baro.
Wen, bawal dito.
What's important is walang bago. Parang
Right,
ganun.
right.
Yeah, tradition eh.
Okay, so yun nga, we've done a study with me and Sir Mon na one of the issues that's, if it's not now, it's coming real soon,
I think it's
is,
now eh.
is the Baguio Public Cemetery.
It's full.
It's full. Apang kay diyan mo pa'y mabiro ka ng jibir-biro ka, mata talaga nga nagtutuundan. And then also, some of them are also encroaching in San Luisan. Matintin nagdapimanan. So, I know there, si Sir Mon siguro, have you lobbied that? Or meron ba silang plan sa city, sir, na?
Or meron bang suggestion ang katulad nyo sa industry nyo to help alleviate this problem? Because, as a highly urbanized city, any society, wala nang direction yan kundi pataas yung population eh.
Tama.
And obviously, ano bang mangyayari pag ang tao ay dumating na sa kanyang expiration date, then obviously we will all land in cemeteries.
From
do
dust,
we
you
have
shall
enough spots?
return.
Umuuso din ang mga columbarium, Sir, you have a
Yeah.
columbarium too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that something that you kind of market as an option?
Yes.
Cheaper siya po, no? Kaysa yung
Yeah.
yung
It's cheaper,
regular na coffee na ilalagay sa
Yung,
lupa.
yeah.
Meron na kasi ngayon, Brother Daryl, sa mga hindi po in the business of memorial sales, yung nasa ground, obviously with the coffin, meron din yung columbarium which you are cremated.
Cremated, yeah.
Meron din yung sinasabing ossuary, which is bone transfers.
Right.
Right. So what happens is, as long as it's
Yeah,
been buried, the body has been buried for at least 5 years. It's a
5
national law
years.
yan.
Okay.
So they can exhume the bones and then transfer it to an ossuary, which is ano yung difference ng columbarium at ossuary? Yung ossuary is just a little longer because the size is based on your femur, which is the biggest bone in your body.
Right. And then the rest parang naka-fold na.
Right.
Ganun.
Yep.
But do we completely turn to bones na lang after 5 years, or depende yan sa coffin mo, or yung ginamit sa yung to preserve?
The truth is, it depends actually,
Sa
because
decaying ng katawan, no?
the process of decay. But the standard duration is 5 years at least. So the assumption is after 5 years you're already bones.
Okay.
Yeah. So the function of the ossuary is basically to some sort of to give the ground burial space,
Yes.
so that you can transfer the bones to the ossuary, so that the ground burial could be used again.
Parang dinidecongested
Yeah.
pala ang public cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero sa public cemetery ba may parang duration where that you can be placed there, ganun, sa public cemeteries?
Alam ko 5 years din.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years din. But the problem in the public cemetery, nawawala yung mga cadavers. Kasi public cemetery. So basically, there are certain occasions na, for example, when an indigent goes there and then finds out there are no more space, he just gets whatever is buried there and removes it and puts what's,
Wow.
So,
Ganun ka.
So, parang-
sometimes nawawala.
So may desecration.
May,
Tapos,
nawawala. Yeah.
Kaya pala, pag hinahanap mo kung minsan, may mga narinig na tayo sa public
nawawala.
cemetery.
Yeah.
Apanda ijay pasyaran din na minatayan da. Awanin.
When?
Diba?
When?
amo ka ti dentist ka no, kat ti dentist students kat apan dagal-ala tingipon. Or apanda gumatgatang di sepulturero.
Wow, when?
Siyempre, masapol dito EJ ko eh. And so, nakita ko dito nga documentary. There was, I remember a documentary back in the day when I was in high school. Kinover yan ng GMA and there really is.
Pull the teeth out.
At the J ko nga, gabot the J igit ti the panchong.
Oo.
And then they will grab the head, birukan da jingipan. Arami to sepulturero nila. And then they sell it to
Students.
dentist students.
Sabay ko matapos.
Saan wala ganyan dito, no?
Nangyayari
Pero for the private, sir, Mon, may kontrata ba kayo? Pag, limbawa, bumili ng lot, is there a certain duration? So, pag bili nila yung lot, sa kanila na yun.
Perpetual.
Perpetual
Like
na yun.
that. When.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ang ganda nung, I remember going to your, to Heaven's Garden. I think the first time I went there is back in 1997, 1998. Namangha ako, sabi ko, ha? Ang ganda naman ang view dito.
Tama. Overlooking Canon.
Yeah. It's where I would want to be laid to rest.
But you wouldn't know.
Malamukot belang dalang sak ko niya.
Tama.
May puyo-puy.
Ano yung development ni Sermon, kaya nga nakita niya yung need na Baguio City needs, one of the issues is lack of burial sites. So what he did is have an expansion of what they call Heaven's Garden Phase 2,
Yeah.
which is 3.5 hectares that would allot another 5,200 lots available for the residents.
How long do you think will that get filled up? Yung ganyong kalaki.
The truth is, our city has about 2,000 deaths approximately per year. No. Now, if you approximate that in 5 years, that's already 10,000.
Yeah.
So if you sort of look ahead, we are selling only about 5,200. So in 5 years, that would mean that would be filled up already.
Yeah.
Problema na naman.
So actually, that is that's the problem in the burial situation in the city.
Yeah. And I don't remember, to be very, very honest with you, I've been running 6 years working for the city. I haven't heard
Expansion.
any move by the city. I may be wrong, ha? Baka wala lang ako sa meeting or hindi ko lang narinig. Wala rin kasi akong nakitang na post sa PIO
Right.
to address this thing. It's something that I think nobody want to talk about
Yes.
as taboo, or parang hindi siya yung parang priority, but in fact
It is. It should be.
it's a real problem.
Right.
It's a real
It
problem.
is a
Saan natin dadalhin sila, no?
The truth is, initially I didn't want to go to enter this business because, as you know, it's a dead business, no? and people are, as you said, taboo. They don't want to talk about these things, no? However, when I made an evaluation in the study, I found out that there are no more burial sites in the city. Initially, actually, my proposed project for that property is housing.
Right.
But then, during that time, when we started this business, we just had the earthquake,
Oh,
no?
okay.
And everybody was leaving the city. In fact, everybody was selling their properties in Baguio.
Cheap.
Cheap. Yeah. And nobody wanted to buy a house in Baguio. So, that was the downside. So, eventually, I saw the opportunity there because I saw that there are no more burial sites. And that was what fueled why I entered into this business.
Right. So I thought it was a family business that was passed down to you, hindi pala.
No,
Na you saw an
Visionary
opportunity.
din,
Yeah,
yeah.
you saw an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, as mentioned, because of the lack of burial sites in the city, and most of the public cemeteries and private are full. So, we decided to enter this business, and as Coach said, Cricket said, we have a phase 2 expansion. Initially, again, I wanted to develop that into a housing project, but then the city is very strict in zoning, ordinances.
R1 yata dun, Sir Mon, no?
Yeah, R1. And you cannot just build anything unless it is in that zone. So I had no other recourse but to pursue that expansion. No?
Hindi naman nagreklamo ang mga kapitbahay mo doon, kapitlote.
Because, for one, I am beside the public cemetery already.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oo,
it's already
San Joaquin,
beside the
no?
public. Yeah, it's already beside. the public
Pero
cemetery.
going towards outwards.
Yeah, yeah. Our property, outside, outwards, yeah.
Yung mga kapitbahay mo dun sa mga susunod papuntang
Camp 7.
Camp 7.
Wala na akong kapitbahay sa papuntang Camp 7. I mean, yung going to Quezon at least. Pero yung dito sa southern, meron tayo. But actually, there are regulations before regulating that. You cannot build a house or you cannot build a memorial park 10 meters, 25 meters away.
Okay.
No, so you have to make a buffer.
Right.
But when we started that, there were no houses yet.
Kaya walang pwede magreklamo. No?
Yeah.
Nauna ako sa'yo.
Tsaka at least you maintain that buffer.
Yeah.
And that buffer will be like greeneries na, no? Like,
Yeah. As long as you do not put any dead person.
Hindi, maganda sa phase 2 ni Sermon kasi nga, the traditional way of, plus the traditional way of having a burial ground, tinanggal niya yung stigma na yun. So, in his plans, meron siyang mga pocket parks, public CRs, parking areas,
Yeah.
parang hindi, alam mo tayong Pilipino kasi we just go there kung piyesta ng patay, traditional thinking of no birthday, yung mga kids natin natatakot pupunta. So, maganda yung concept niya.
Yeah.
Meron siyang mga...
it's actually very, parang pwede kang tambayan eh. You know? You
Yeah.
feel you know that you're like in heaven really. And you know that your loved ones six
Are in a safe place. Yeah.
down under are happy where they are.
Yep.
Yun ang,
Yeah.
iba yung aura dun eh. No? And you can never, kumbaga walang magbablock sa view mo na yun ever.
Right.
Walang namang sigurong development na building dyan sa...
And he's launching, once he gets the permit that he's applying for, he's gonna be launching a pet park. Pet memorial.
Right.
Yes.
Actually, we're already selling it.
Meron na.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oo.
We're already
Pet
selling it.
cemetery.
Yeah. Pet cemetery. Yeah.
Wow.
Kasi sa pandemic daw.
Ano yung dimensions nito, Sir Mon?
One by one.
1 by 1 meter.
Yeah. Meter. Yeah.
Okay. Sapat na yun.
Oo.
Oo.
Wag lang kabayo yung ililibing mo kasi kailangan mo ng 4. Di ba?
It's just playing in my mind. It just occurred to me. Do you think in the future when there's really no more real estate to lay down our loved ones, baka gagawin ng standing position? Well,
Actually, ginagawa na yan sa Japan, sa Hong Kong.
okay.
Standing na. Kasi lack of
space.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, Japan is now contemplating of bringing dead bodies in
space.
in Mars.
Wow.
I-shoot na lang. I-shoot into space.
because-
So, may new pista rin na tayo. Pag napay sa Mars.
Dead astronaut. Oo, paano pag ano yun? Pag kailangan.
Kasi alam mo itong business na ito, or this, this business in general, actually, based on my experience, people are really, stigmatized or they don't want to talk about it. No?
Yeah.
Now, kahit naman ako, I really didn't want to enter this business. However, it's reality. The point is, you do not say to the person na mamamatay ka rin naman. You do not say that, no? There's a way of presenting it, but the point is, it's reality. Whether you like
It's
it or not,
inevitable.
yeah.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Especially during the COVID times, no?
Ayun.
Everybody was actually even my Chinese friends who initially were very, very traditional. They do not want to talk about this kind of, business. Eventually, open their eyes because, we know that during the COVID, people are dying left and right. Our relatives, our friends, our neighbors, etc., etc. And people were not prepared. A lot of them were not prepared. So eventually, people opened their eyes and realized that you need it.
It's a need.
No?
Yeah.
Actually, you do not say na you prepare. You prepare for it because one of my friends say, how can you prepare when you're dead? You're already dead. But the point
I think, yung popularity na rin ng St. Peter's plan, yung mga ganyang klaseng plans is acceptance na rin yun eh. It's a step in the right direction.
Tama. People are now thinking more.
Yeah,
Kasi nga,
Yeah.
tama yung sinabi ni Sir, how can you prepare when you're dead? So ngayon, kaya ang ganda ng mga programs ni Sir Mon sa Heaven's Garden na, alright, instead of paying in full, now you could actually put down and then pay monthly.
Yeah.
So he's got programs for 3 years, 2 years, and 1 year. To be
Yeah.
more
Para hindi kayo
friendlier,
mabigla, no?
friendlier
Sa
mga-
in the end, no?
Oo. Karamihan tayo ganun eh. Traditionally, somebody dies, ada tinatay tayo, tataapan tayo, birok ti. Pag-utangan tayo, tahan tayo, kaya nga gumatang iti pagpumpunan. So at least you're actually preparing for the people that's gonna be alive. Gabi, no natay ka, isuta tayo bayad.
Yes, handang
Ano yan?
maligatan.
Right.
Kumbaga, it's just gonna go through the process of mourning and healing eventually, but without the headache of the economics of it.
Sure.
At
Yep,
least
yep.
mas maano nila. Yung mga St. Peter's na plan, para sa ano lang yun, ano? Sa
Services.
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 Awan lote na.
Awan lote na.
When.
But is there a sort of a collaboration, if you may call it, or talks between you and St. Peter?
Actually, we already have our own funeral
Meron
service.
nga pala.
Yeah.
Oo. Yeah.
In Heavens.
I love your chapel too.
Yeah.
Grabe, ang ganda. Isa lang po ba yun? Or?
Oo. Sa ngayon. But
Yeah,
we're going to
yes.
build in phase 2
Why?
also.
You
Again.
know,
Expansion na.
Yeah.
ang sarap doon makilamay. Kasi very peaceful at solid yung
Oh, yeah,
setup. Ang ganda pa ng, yung mingling area, may view and stuff. So,
Mas maganda yung plan yun sa second kasi there's gonna be a slaughterhouse inside
para sa
para sa mga mourners. The mourners
yeah,
na
kakatay ng baboy.
when
Ganun.
Yeah. Oh.
That's good. That's
Then there's
Yeah.
gonna be rooms available instead of them going home.
That's, incorporating Cordilleran tradition.
Yes.
Alam nyo, yun ang
Yeah.
ginagawa natin. So,
Yes.
good for you, sir.
We thought about that because we observed that during burials they feed their guests, no?
Yeah.
And usually I see them sitting in the grass and eating in the paper plates, no? So we thought that we should give them some decent place where they can eat and celebrate the
The life of
You know.
their loved one.
And so we thought of putting up function rooms. In fact, we also intend to put up some rooms for the constituents to sleep.
Okay.
Kunyari, for
Lamayan da ijayan,
Oo.
imbis nga agawid da.
Oo.
Mas nga magasgastos
Tulog
pa
ka.
eh.
Oo.
Ag-taxi ka, ag-drive ka, ag-subli ka man ng nubigat. Alam mo naman sa atin, masapol nga dati ag-banbantay ka na na
Is that something that you've seen in other places or
Actually, I
sarili
know
mong innovation na yun?
I know there are some existing, other
Not in Baguio though.
funeral, not in Baguio. However, the other innovations were thought of by us, like for example, restaurants, because we thought of putting up a restaurant. Nagbibiro nga sila, baka naman puro bulalo ang pagkain nyo dyan. Kasi,
Para mapabilis yung dumami customers.
pero we thought about that because hindi mo ba napansin during week, that is the time that you see your relatives na
Parang reunion.
han mo nga nakita nga for
Yun na,
a long time.
Right.
Di ba? So it becomes an instant reunion. So mangyayari dyan, so that you can talk and sort of,
Reconnect.
reconnect. Punta ka na lang sa restaurant, kumain kayo doon, and then get a one table and something like that.
Or you will also be offering catering services. Kunyari.
Maybe, eventually siguro, pero...
Pero
One-stop
baka
shop
sa
yun.
sobrang ganda ng iyong function room, yung view pwede nang mag-debut doon.
Quinceañera.
maraming gusto magpakasal doon.
Sakal.
Basta Hindi, yung chapel kasi, it's like IG,
Yeah.
pang Instagram eh.
Galing, no?
Nag-picture nga ako doon. Ganda na.
Sir Mon just lost his better half few months ago.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
wala
last
kami
November.
dyan. Well,
Oo.
November.
Yeah.
The Jai, talaga nga, she's really, pati dagi tao, very rested, Jai. Gamin, Jai, so family-oriented, Jai, narami da Jai Piman, eh. So nga, the comforts there, hanggang launay nga may stress. Si tayo gamin, traditionally, no, minatayan tayo kat, ma-stress tayo pa eh. Di ba? Pangalan ti makan, pangalan ti baga, pang-aaminan. So,
I would imagine she has the best spot.
Well, we have a private mausoleum there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pero pwedeng mausoleum din doon or it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
but you have to purchase a lot of lots.
Yes.
Adjacent
No,
lots.
no, no.
No, no.
There's certain areas, blocks, where they
mausoleum.
allow just mausoleums.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Actually,
Just for mausoleum.
it's almost sold out.
Yeah.
Dadaktal
Yeah.
eh. 18 bodies, 24 bodies, 48 bodies.
Ay, ang laki.
Pang-clan.
Mm.
Man.
Yeah, yeah.
So, ang galing nung inisip ni Sir Mon doon sa ano.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, congratulations. And
Thank you.
let's talk about more issues.
Yeah.
Ano bang pressing issues natin ngayon dito?
It was so funny. I was
I'm sure you have some inputs here.
naka-witness ako
Well,
sa
well.
kapihan ng barangay, sa Barangay Country Club Village. Thursday, I think, was it?
Oh, kapihan ng barangay is
Kapihan Barangay is organized by the Good Governance Alliance to where they tackle and answer issues directly from the constituents, from the residents. So, you know,
sila mayor.
right, nandun
Yeah,
sila
yeah.
mayor, nandun sila Cap Van Dikang was there and Attorney Ron Perez was there to tackle the issues that they can answer to. And also Councilor Cosalan was there. Malaking issue pala sa country club is the segregation.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Na, you know, they were battling, is there really a segregation law? Kasi it's been mentioned and stated 30 years back, pero hanggang ngayon wala pa ring action. So, just like the issues that we talked about, it's an urgent issue. Di ba?
Pero I've heard, kahit pa paano, there are 65 houses ba? 65 houses or 45 houses na mabibigyan na ng title?
Titles.
Yeah.
So, they're waiting.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Confirm na daw yun eh. It's just a matter of waiting.
Right.
Pero how does that go with the segregation issue?
Ayun nga eh, kasi the rest of the 13 barangays are affected. Tama? Hindi lang naman country club eh.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Ito yung charter kasi natin.
The revised
na,
charter law that was passed.
na accordingly it was ill-formed.
Ill-formed not only, but they extended the hectarage of Janhay. So lumawak
Okay.
ang Janhay.
Yeah.
Kaya, sabi nga ni Vice Mayor, agan-anad tayo baka aging barangay tayo ti itugon. If they actually implement it.
Right.
Diba? Kasi plus 60 plus hectares ang nadagdag sa BCDA, sa Janhay.
Hindi ba sila na-consult dyan? I mean, we're talking about 13 barangays?
Eh kung may public consultation yan, di dapat alam natin.
Oh, okay.
Tama.
Sabi ko nga, Sir Mon, kasi sa city government, sometimes we are called as a resource person in the crafting of ordinances.
Yeah.
At yun ang minsan, pag nirarush natin ang isang batas, we oversee yung mga yung stakeholders na maapektuhan dito. And pag nirush natin yan, at naipas natin into a law, it becomes problematic in the end.
Tama. Kasi ang hirap i-amend niyan.
Yeah, of course.
Even a comma, a
Especially
period.
if it's a national law already.
Yes.
Like the charter is gonna be approved was approved in Congress, di ba?
Right.
And hindi mo basta sabihin, ay, teka muna, amyendahan natin yan na katulad ng ordinansa. And even an ordinance is very difficult to amend. What more for a national law?
Right.
But
So,
we will do it. I think we're pushing to have it amended, basically amended to correct it, no?
right.
To put justice.
So I think our current officials at City Hall are working closely with Senator Ejercito kasi committee niya yata yan eh.
Okay.
So I'm hoping na yung mga amendments that will be recommended by our city officials would push through right
And
away.
our leaders in these barangays, no?
Of course.
Yeah.
Kasi malaking issue talaga yan. Na-mention pa, alam mo yung Scout Barrios, di ba na-award na yan? Sila yung naunang na-award, yung mga titles.
Yeah.
Pero they don't understand na once they step out of their doors, it's public land or it's BCDA's land.
BCDA, oo. Buti hindi kayo affected dun sa Heavens, Sir Luan.
Luwakan.
Kasi hanggang sa may Camp 7, may BCDA na
Meron.
nakapatrolyo.
Actually, boundary.
Yeah.
Boundary. But our property is titled already.
Okay.
So,
Wala na silang ano.
yeah, but in our boundaries already BCDA, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muntik na.
Oh, muntik na.
And then, alam mo kung natakot lang sila kasi siya yung pinakamaraming linilibing sa isang araw. Kaya kinakatakutan niya.
At,
Sermon, bakit takot tao sa'yo?
uh,
Ang dami kong linilibing sa isang araw eh.
uh,
Oh, handa mo kasi panay punpun ni Jebis.
Sige, gusto niyo may isama dito.
Anyway, congestion fee was another issue.
Of course.
Yan, maganda
Ever-
yan eh. Kasi
Alam mo, good.
natatawa lang ako kasi naririnig ko yan. Meron tayong kapatid na si Engineer Ted Tan that is just tira about congestion fee. Now, if that's your opinion, it's okay, but hearing it from the horse's mouth talaga, yung mga Singaporean group, na ang akala, and I would like the public to hear this out, yung congestion fee po is parang dedicated hours during rush hours. Hindi na every time pumasok ko doon, nagbabayad ka.
Yeah.
So merong window, no, which is still gonna be determined.
No, it's actually 6
6 to 8.
6 to 8 and then 4:30 to 6:30, basta 2 hours eh.
Alright, so ibig sabihin po nun, during those congestion hours, and you decide to enter, that's when you pay a fee. And there is no actual amount yet.
Not yet. Actually, bumaba na sa 150 eh.
Yes, tapos mayroon pa rin mga nasa negotiating team na. So,
But the amount at least should be enough to
Right.
discourage. Kasi pag ginawa mong 50 yan, wala nang pakialaman tao dyan.
Magbabayad na lang sila.
Magbabayad na lang sila. It defeats the purpose. But I think the biggest misconception about this is just charging people. No? What we have to understand is that we are putting this system in place. We're hoping to have this system in place as one of the components lamang ng ating Smart Urban Mobility Plan.
right.
No?
But what comes first, Brother Daryl? Yung smart mobility plan muna or sabay yan or
Hindi. The congestion charging is a component of the SUMP.
okay.
Uh,
SUMP meaning kasi
Smart Urban Mobility Plan.
yan, okay.
The idea is to first fix the mass transportation network that we have, which are the jeepneys. No? Ang problema kasi sa mga jeepneys natin, it's plagued by the boundary system. Yan kasi ang cancer ng public transportation eh.
Tama.
Ang boundary system. Kasi it's dog eat dog. Tapos nakuha ko na yung boundary ko, uwi na ako. In fact, we have sufficient number of jeepneys to cater to everyone.
Tama.
If we're talking about number of units, we have sufficient. Hindi po kulang. So bakit mahaba ang pila, ang haba ng antayan, bakit ganun nangyayari?
Kasi na-boundary na ako, hindi na ako lalabas.
Kasi hindi siya na efficiently run itong numbers na ito. Halimbawa tayo, nagbiyahe tayong tatlo, sabay-sabay tayo nagbiyahe, nakuha na natin yung boundary natin, sapat na sa atin. Siyempre, nabigay na natin yung, nakuha na natin yung ibibigay natin doon sa ating boss. At nakakuha na rin tayo ng for ourselves and for our family.
the day.
Hindi, uwi na ako. Bakit pa ako makiki-traffic dyan? So, hindi siya efficient. Ngayon, there's a part of the day na wala nang nakakapag-service sa mga riders natin. So, the plan of the SUMP is to create a system. It's a technology-aided system na unang-una i-discourage yung kanyang boundary system. Pasahuran na. And there will be incentives for operators who will enter this program. Kasi nga hindi mo rin pwedeng pwersahin eh.
Tama.
Unless the national government will really make it illegal to have a boundary system na. Kasi nga, ang inuuna natin ngayon is yung integration, di ba? Yan yung national plan naman, yung integration into cooperatives, ganun. Hindi na pwedeng mag-isa mong wala kang
Operator ka, wala kang
parang
attachment.
ganun. Dapat magkaroon ka ng cooperative. The idea of having a cooperative is para dun sa cooperative na yon, meron silang fleet management system. Pero, alam mo, having dealt with these cooperatives already, and you see their behavior on the road, walang fleet management eh. Bakit mo masasabing walang fleet management? Kasi yung mga units nila, nag-uunahan pa rin eh. Kasi may quota. Yung boundary system, tinanggal nga nila. Pero ginawa naman nilang quota. It's the same fucking animal. So, ganun pa rin ang problema. So, the SUMP is yung primary component niyan na siya unang gagawin before we apply the congestion charging.
Right.
Kasi nga hindi tayo pwedeng basta mag-apply ng congestion charging
Kung
if we
wala tayo.
cannot give alternatives to the
Exactly.
people who will really leave their cars.
Yung common tao rin.
Yes, kasi madadagdagan lang ng pila.
Ito nga, inatawa ko Yung SUMP pala, sir. Kunyari, sa Balakbak ka, meron kang designated stopping areas na.
Yes.
Pag you have to be at your office at 9 o'clock, for sure, yung mga sasakyan through that SUMP transport will be there at a certain time. Guaranteed. Pag sinabing 8:05, alam mo nang 8:05 nandun ka na.
Yes.
May 8:10 na susunod.
And you can actually check it on
Tapos
your app.
na, okay, he's 10 seconds en route, nandito na sa Balakbak checkpoint.
Right.
Titigil. Sasabihin kung ilang upuan ang empty or
Right.
vacant.
Yes.
So, kunyari, puno na yung bus 11. Si bus 12 padating ng 8:10. May 11 pa. You can reserve in advance for a seat. Tama?
That I don't know if you can reserve in advance kasi first come first serve ito, definitely public transportation.
Okay.
But at least you can manage your time better. I remember when I was traveling abroad, the latest one was in Australia, yung kaibigan kong nag-host sa akin, sabi niya, dalihan mo yung ride natin going towards the city will be arriving in 10 minutes. Alam niya dun sa kanyang cellphone. So, ikaw naman, alam mo na yung gagawin mo, you have to hurry up, no? And that helps you plan your day. Yung hindi yung magmamadali ka only to find no vehicle.
Tama, kasi ito nga yung
Public transportation,
tanong sa mga
for you.
sa mga commuters natin When you get to your when you get to your waiting shed, waiting for a taxi,
Oo.
do you guarantee that taxi, pag tayo mo doon, is gonna come within the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes,
Yeah.
1 hour,
Wala,
2
wala.
hours? Walang guarantee.
Yeah.
With the smart mobility, malalaman mo na.
I think for now, we are focused on mass transit system. So, ito yung mga jeeps.
Right, which is good kasi why would I even drive kung
Yeah.
kasi it's much cheaper.
Correct. Ako, if I had the option, if we have a working
Parang Singapore.
mass transportation system,
Sa Singapore, key card na lang
I wouldn't bother using my car kasi ang mahal, nakaka 2,000 a week ako kasi magala ako. So, can you just imagine the comfort and the convenience that you get when you travel, diba? In Singapore, in Australia, in London. Ang forma ka pa nga yung forma mo, yung pang-commute parang naka-fashion show yung mga tao. You can just imagine that, ang effect pa niyan is even with the what do you call this, with the yung ano natin, nature natin. What do you call this? Yung pollution bababa, of course, yung carbon footprint natin bababa kasi there will be lesser cars.
And then plus you will save time and money, period. Pero tanong ko sa iyo, how would this affect our seniors? Yung mga hindi marunong sa Android or sa mga high-end na telecom.
Siguro ang sagot ko lagi diyan is if so yung seniors ng ibang countries including Malaysia, let's talk about Asian countries, Thailand, who have this kind of system, ay mas magaling yung seniors nila kaysa seniors natin. Ganun ba 'yan?
Hindi ko alam
Kasi sila they're using, nakaapag-technology na sila sa ano. I think there will be, the program of the city of course will be inclusive. It will ensure that all stakeholders, lahat ng mga types of travelers will be able to adapt to it, no? We will engage definitely the seniors. I'm sure itong mga drivers natin matututo ring mag-assist sa mga seniors.
Siguro as a recommendation din siguro, since we do a lot of studies and surveys, siguro we could have a technical working group to survey how many seniors are in one jeep or in one modernized transport na.
Pwede naman siguro.
'Di ba? Kasi
Yeah.
sa akin nakikita ko talaga yung mga office workers at saka mga students karamihan
Yeah.
The seniors, they wait for the na-free up muna yung natin, yung rush hour before they start going out.
Minsan sumasabay din
Pag sumasabay din, pero minimal
Yeah.
from what I see. So, siguro it's good to have those data, yung numbers para at least meron tayong proof na
Yeah,
out of
I believe
20,
I believe if it will be approved itong SUMP as a whole, we will enter into a kasi negotiations na ngayon no. Those things will be taken into consideration itong what we call the demographics of our ridership, no?
Your thoughts, Sir Mon, sa yung transport. Di ba, ikaw, palagi ka sa
Yeah,
Singapore. Di ba? I know you don't drive there, so you just get the mass transport, di ba?
Actually, I inquired about that regarding transport and traffic in Singapore because I noticed that Singapore is a very small country. However, walang traffic. I was very amazed how that happened. I interviewed the taxi driver, and I found out that cars in Singapore are very expensive.
Yes,
Expensive in the sense that the car is not expensive, but before you can buy a car, you need to pay a certain amount, which is more expensive than the car. So people would rather ride the public transport than buy a car. So meaning if you buy a car, you are super rich. You can
Right.
afford, no? So the point is, people ride the public transport because it's
Affordable.
there is a hindrance to buying a car.
Tama.
So walang traffic. Ganun
Yeah,
ang
yeah.
ginagawa nila sa
maraming nagsasabi daw we should not compare Singapore to Baguio City kasi nga daw advanced na ang Singapore and this and that. But my response to that is Singapore did not start blazing
Yeah.
with their
Right.
transportation and
Oh, it
traffic
took them a long
scheme from
time. Yeah.
from the onset, no? They started somewhere.
Very young ang country ng Singapore.
Way back 1970s yung kanilang congestion charging. That's when they applied it, no?
Yeah.
Ang sinasabi lang natin dito, we have to start somewhere. And ang kagandahan is we have, in fact, the technology is from Singapore, from Singapore Technologies Incorporated, one of the top companies in Singapore no, and global. Ang kagandahan dito is meron tayong reference, nakita natin it's effective, the technology is
It works,
effective.
yeah.
So, bakit pa tayo kailangan magpakahirap pa if the technology is there and the expertise is there, no? Ang partner kasi ng MPTC is si ST Engineering eh. Ang sabi pa ng iba, wala namang alam yan si MPTC kasi tollway system lang naman ang alam niyan. Walang
Right,
alam
but
yan sa
technology
traffic
belongs to
management.
ST Singapore
Meron nga.
Technology.
Kasi nga nakipag-partner sa kanila yung ST Engineering who is a master of this kind of addressing the problem. We have a comment from attorney Fred Go.
Oo.
Siya po yung ating siya yung ating owner nung you're familiar, owner ng Good Taste Otek.
Okay.
Pero ang nagmamayari daw doon si Mayor di ba?
Ito.
Hindi daw si attorney Fred. So
Okay.
he made he has a comment. Let me just read it. Hang on. Where'd it go?
Who will be the employer for the riders for the new jeepney system? Yun yung first question niya. Partner Darrell.
Right. Nawala yung comment. Wait. Do you have it?
Yeah. Ito. Who will be the employer for the riders for the new jeepney system?
Yung kanilang pa ring
Co-op.
cooperatives pa rin. So, ang gagawin lang ni MPTC is, if I remember correctly when we met with them at the command center, is that they will subsidize the initial I may be wrong I may be remembering it incorrectly. Pero maalala ko is sila ang unang mag-aabono para sa
mag-invest.
Yes,
Alright.
magbabayad sa mga drivers that will enter the program.
Even the vehicles?
When? Hang on I'm just
Ito pa yung isang tanong
may
niya.
second question siya eh.
In a boundary system, employee and employer relationship exists with the employer leasing its vehicle with the lessee drivers. There are a lot of laws affected: transport law, cert of public convenience, insurance law on passenger and driver lessee. Did the city try intervening with the scheduling of the jeepneys?
Actually, there is an ordinance, and also there is that's part of their franchise to provide, to really render service to the public until 10 p.m.
Okay.
As regards the city micromanaging these routes or bawat linya ng mga jeepneys, I don't remember us doing that. I'm part of the technical working group of the transportation and traffic management.
Okay.
So, wala akong maalalang ginagawa namin yon. I do know that supposedly yun ang purpose ng association.
Right.
Ang hinihingi natin sa mga association is that please make sure na nasa serbisyohan ng lahat ng mga constituents in that particular line until 10 p.m. Yan kasi ang nasa batas na kailangan until 10 p.m. So minsan it's a recurring problem kasi natatanggap natin yung mga reklamo na isa-isa lang ang bumabiyahe, ganun. So ang nangyayari is may ina-assign silang isa or dalawang magbabalik-balik during the peak hours na kasi
Right,
nakapag-boundary na sila So that's the problem there. So in terms of the city intervening, I think pwede naman siguro, pero we will need more manpower. We will have a separate office. Isa pang problema, which is this is a valid
They have to create an office for it.
this is a valid concern of Engineer Ted Tan, no? Dapat magkaroon talaga tayo ng department na traffic office. Currently kasi it's just a division.
Right.
Uh,
Is it separated from the TMU or TEU?
TMD.
Oh, TMD.
TMD is yun. That's the traffic division. Traffic and Transportation Management Division.
Right.
Pero ilan lang ang staff nun. Tapos, since it's just a division, yung capacity niya to, do innovations and stuff like that, all the necessary things that you need to really manage the transportation and traffic of the city is, restricted because of their resources. But if you have a department, you'll have your own budget, pwede ka na magplano and stuff like that.
Right.
Mas may kapasidad sila. Yun naman talaga ang kulang din ng city natin, and we really need to look into this kasi highly urbanized city tayo we don't have a departmentalized traffic office.
Right.
So yun naman ang may ano ko kay Mr. Ted Tan na tama naman yung nire-raise niya yun. But yung pagtulig I have to say this, na-mention na natin yung pangalan niya. Pagtulig siya niya sa congestion charging, my assumption is that they're looking into it as if it's just simply charging people. We're actually doing this because wala na tayong masyadong option pa. We came to this point dahil hindi natin nagawa ng solution in the past. Hindi natin na-foresee yung ganitong klaseng magkakaroon tayo ng congestion, yung pag-increase ng vehicles talaga. Although it was bound to happen, walang naupo at nag-isip yung past leaders natin. Hindi nila inisip yan
Ang daming issues Even environmental is a big part of it. Di ba? Yung urban decay
Actually,
natin.
Daryl, I was one of those who was opposing this. Sabi ko, bakit itatax nyo pa yung tao ng Baguio nagbabayad ng road users tax yan? No? Especially kung may kotse. Now, we had the opportunity to talk to the mayor yesterday, and he explained that actually sabi ko pa nga, bakit yung tiga Baguio ang tinatax yung hindi yung turista? Kasi sila yung nagko-congest ng most of the time. However, the mayor explained that itong mga measures na gagawin na ito is to decongest the CBD and to address the environmental issues, specifically in our area, In our area. So basically, when we talked to him, after him explaining all of these points, maraming kasing salient issues, maraming mga details na hindi alam ng tao.
Right.
Na, because tama yung sinabi mo, Daryl, na the initial mindset is that additional cost yung babayaran.
Babayad naman.
When additional expense man kasjay. But looking at the picture, bigger picture at to address all of these issues.
Right.
Alam nyo kasi ang congestion charging is it doesn't matter if you own so many cars, affected ka eh. Like for instance, itong coding natin.
Right.
Meron ka lang motor, extra motor, wala ka na. And yung ending mo iba, then you are able to use your vehicle still. Dalawa sasakyan mo, hindi ka affected ng coding na. You know? Even in the, kahit gawin natin tong ad-even scheme. Kasi ang ad-even scheme, you cannot use your vehicle more than once in 1 week. No?
Right.
Pwede mo pa rin yan ma-overcome by having more than one vehicle. Eh, ang congestion charging, kahit 1,000 ang sasakyan mo, you pay.
Yep.
No? Of course, if you can afford, yun naman. At least, nag-gain ang city sa'yo at least.
Siguro ang kailangan nga ma-explain is the bigger picture of the collection of the congestion fee going towards addressing issues. Number 1, traffic issues. Number 2, yung environment natin, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And number 3, yung as it's been said before na all of these things are revenue towards the city.
Not all though. Not all. So,
No.
may sharing yan. May
Right.
sharing. Yeah.
For the fee, that will probably go to social services.
Yeah.
Or to or medication for our seniors. So ang dami pong pwedeng magawa. Let's just look at it as a positive way.
Additionally,
Yes.
Coach, no, I just remembered what the mayor said. No, every resident will be given vouchers.
7 vouchers.
Vouchers, no?
Oh, may vouchers.
So may vouchers.
7
So
passes.
meaning yung vouchers na yon, for example, you're going to enter CBD at that time, you can
Hindi mo
use those
gamitin,
vouchers.
yes.
So hindi naman charge kagad.
Yes.
So hindi na pwedeng tatawagan si Daryl ng extra parts.
oo,
Lumabas
oo.
ang kita.
Oo. At saka hindi naman the whole day hindi pwede. To ano lang siya. Ang coding lang din.
Tama.
I mean coding.
Di ba sa Manila ganun, sir? Meron sila
Window. Yeah.
na
And in fact, mas maliit pa yung congestion charging area kaysa yung coding area natin.
Ay,
It is
ganun.
smaller.
So,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Session Road, Magsaysay, Nyapay, Bonifacio.
CBD, pero
Hindi lang
CBD.
talaga.
pero pwede kang umabot ng teachers camp, pwede kang pumunta ng Engineers Hill na hindi ka matcha-charge. Kasi
Right.
ngayon coding area na yan eh.
Pink
no?
Sisters, yeah.
Oh. So, and one other thing is that, ito, problema natin, meron na tayong meron na tayong nabuong tourist fatigue, no? Naasar na tayo sa mga turista dahil sa dinudulot nilang traffic.
Totoo yun.
Ganun. So, in fact, this congestion charging will help us, you know? Matutuwa tayo rito kasi unang-una Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the whole day na affected ang tourist. Those are the core tourist dates.
Right.
Days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Whole day sila, 7 to 7. Matcha-charge sila. Hindi lang sa CBD, pero including dun sa major tourist areas na ano rin tayo, na pipirwisyo tayo.
So how could we determine the tourists from the non-tourists?
RFID.
Ha? Magkakaroon ng RFID.
RFID. Yes.
Okay.
Kasi ano yan eh, if you're gonna put toll booths, magkakos ng traffic
Of
yan.
course, yeah. Paparahin mo
Oh,
lahat.
so-
Uy, taga Manila ka ba?
bayad ka. So, RFID tayo. Residents will have their own parang RFID para to easily identify us. Pero kailangan loloadan mo yan, ganyan. Katulad ng if you're abroad nga, tapos dapat may load ka lagi, otherwise magka-penalty ka. Ganun naman siya. And I think it is important to emphasize here that we're not gonna halimbawa lang inapprovean yung SUMP. We're not gonna implement congestion charging right off the bat.
Right.
Ayusin muna natin yung
Hindi, parang toll road yan. If it's newly opened, merong test runs na libre, di ba? Not automatically na meron na kagad.
Yeah, pero we should fix first the mass transit system.
Of course.
Ayusin
Yun
muna
yung
natin
answer.
yung mga jeeps.
You cannot have one and not have the other.
Yeah.
Kailangan
Kailangan may alternative yung mga taong mai-encourage nating iiwan yung sasakyan
Right.
para hindi na madagdag sa traffic.
Nice.
We have to have a more efficient public transportation system.
Oh,
Yun.
Attorney Go said, I agree. Hopefully, my department for the traffic management to see the critical areas and traffic study. Kailangan talaga ng experts eh. Di ba? Oh, here's another one. Sabi niya, but I, for one, can say there had been big changes from the previous administration on the system of the city. Small changes are big changes for the betterment of the city. Actually, in Palawan, once A tourist steps into the island of Palawan, a tourist is already slapped with a 200 environmental fee and
Okay lang
entrance
yan,
fee.
oo.
So,
Kasi ang problema kasi sa mga ito, may nagbigay ng example sa akin yan. Even in Boracay, before you enter Boracay, katakot-takot na charging ang
fee, di ba? Kaya even in the lowlands, meron yung mga barangay fee, di ba? Papasok ka lang 20 pesos.
Saan?
Yung mga informal, yung mga tali na
Palawan.
may mga tali na para sa kalsada.
Yung LGU imposed, ang Baguio City kasi, we have to understand, hindi siya apples to apples sa mga places na kinompare tayo eh.
Right.
Yung mga yun talagang almost 90% to up ang kanilang economy is derived from tourism.
Right.
And island sila, you know. For Baguio, it's a hindi lang siya tourist hub. It's an
Educational
hub,
Right.
cultural hub, economic hub.
Economic hub, yep.
Iba yung application mo sa ganyan kasi
Sports hub.
sports hub. Tapos ito pa ang gateway towards the Cordilleras. Di ba?
Right.
Hindi pwedeng
Pumunta
lahat
sa-
na lang magka-cross lang sa tatawid sa Baguio you'll slap them with fees, di ba?
Tama.
Parang ganun. Kaya nga, iba siya. It's not comparable. Sa akin, it's not comparable to like, say, Palawan and Boracay. Kasi iba yung situation dun eh. For us, it's a little bit more complex.
Complex. Tama, that's the word.
I think congestion charging, it just needs a little bit of better explanation, I guess.
Anyway, can you say hi to Councilor Edwin Jr., IPMR, Baguio? Is watching?
My idol.
Idol, baka next time, kahit mamamay dito eh.
No, yeah. It's gonna be one of our guests.
Miss Sam Hamada is watching.
Sir Philip, ayata, nakita ko
Ayan, ang dami nating mga...
Kuya Philip, kanina.
So we could continue more with better issues na we encourage the public sana na again, it's Baguio Unfiltered for a reason. So
Yeah.
kung meron po kayong mga
Gusto mo
tanong on
sabihin,
any...
Basta, pag murahin nyo kami,
Okay lang. Wag
okay lang. Pero may mura din namin kayo. Joke lang.
If we give you the truth hammer. Yeah.
I guess for congestion charging, sa akin lang is like, for the longest time, sabi ko nga, ngayon lang nagkakaroon ng mayor, sabihin ko na, ng mayor who's really addressing this head on, you know. It may not be that popular, pero he's done his studies. Nakita niyang may downside, may upside and downside, pero mas magbe-benefit the greater public, no. Especially yung mga commuters natin, which is yun ang mas maraming nagta-travel in and out of the CBD eh.
Right.
Yung mga commuters. Ang maapektuhan lang ng congestion charging ay mga vehicle owners. So, magbe-benefit ito sa mas nakakarami, you know? And again, it's the first time that we're really doing something concrete about it. Kasi we're not only doing this for today or tomorrow or the next 5 years. This SUMP is to address the future problem. Siguro 50 years para kahit papaano
And then saka na-prep na rin yung next generation dyan na wow, it's gonna be much easier. Tama?
Yeah.
Kasi
And it's not like, okay, ang dami nyo palang pera, may 4.2 billion kayong
Nasa
time
bangko.
deposit, bakit hindi nyo gamitin yan to tayo na lang mag-develop?
2018 pa pala na deposit yun. Hindi pa rin si Mayor nun.
Way beyond 2018. So, yung
Pero kasalanan niya lahat.
Yung practice kasi na yan, way before pa.
Pero kasalanan niya.
Oo, kasi kasalanan niya pa rin. You know, itong SUMP na to is talagang we need this. Looking into our situation now, walang parang wishy-washy, you know, parang Wild West pagdating sa public transportation
Tama.
natin. And itong mga traffic lights natin hindi gumagana. Alam niyo kung bakit?
Bakit? Ninakaw yung remote.
Ninakaw yung remote,
Sa
yung susi,
sunshine.
lumang-luma na itong mga to. There are no actually spare parts anymore. You cannot buy spare parts from...
Obsolete.
Kasi obsolete na sila. Tapos nung nasunog pa yung Maharlika dun sa likod, dun pala yung tumatakbo yung linya nung traffic light dun sa may... Kaya namatay yung traffic lights doon.
Pinapalsiit ng mga lasing yun eh. yung traffic light, ginagawa.
Sasabihin nila na 4.2 billion, kaya natin bumili ng ganyan pala, blah, blah, blah. It's not like as if we buy tools off the shelf and then
Right away.
plug and play.
Tama.
No. we don't even have the technical experts. In fact, if you look into the roster of positions dun sa Civil Service Commission, walang traffic light engineer dyan. Walang, that's why we need private partners kasi sila yung
The
may
experts.
experts dyan. So we commission them.
And appreciate ko kay Mayor very much. If he doesn't know the answer, he will find somebody who does.
Yes, yes.
Diba?
Hindi niya ililimit yan
No,
kasi alam
he's not gonna say, alam ko yan, hindi.
if you look into the pool of experts within the government, pag wala yan, you have to look elsewhere.
Right.
Kasi,
So many times that he has tapped, yung mga colleges, universities in Manila to do studies here.
yeah.
Because he believes na they are the experts, not him. So ang ganda nung ganun na hindi mo alam yung sagot, don't pretend that you know.
Yeah.
Diba?
That's how he does it. So what he does is talk to experts, yung credible experts, and he seeds their advice.
Right.
Hindi siya yung nagdedesisyon na parang naggagaling-galingan na he knows everything. No, it's not, yan ang hindi alam ng nakakarami that may nag-a-advise sa kanya based on studies. He's a data-driven guy.
Yes.
Hindi siya basta gumagawa ng policy na.
Sabi ko nga sa mga sales training ko, Daryl, kasi I host sales training for Sermon and Ryan sa Capitol Homes back in the days. Data.
Data.
You know why? Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie.
That's good. Yeah, that's how the mayor works. In fact, maalala nyo, may pinasa na ordinance si ang council natin authored by Boss Jomol, exempting seniors from
Seniors,
the
tama.
coding scheme. So, ang ginawa niya dito is binito niya, pero actually it's a deferral to conduct more studies.
Right.
Kasi nga hindi pwedeng basta-basta na lang maggawa ng polisiya na wala namang nagbabak na data. So,
Kasi somebody might take advantage of that ordinance.
medyo prone to abuse siya
Right.
That's what we see sa enforcement. So, ang ginawa natin is that ang BCPO, kaya nga makikita niyo maraming pulis dun sa mga entry points dito sa may Leonard Wood, Bonifacio, Kisad, and dito sa Insular.
Magsaysay pa.
Sa Magsaysay. Ang ginagawa ng mga yan, talagang chine-check nila, may a little bit of interview. So, hinuhuli nila yung walang senior. Obviously, pag may senior, qualify nila kasi kailangan dapat medical related yung kanyang biyahe into the CBD
Right.
or trabaho.
Right.
Yung kasi yung condition ng ordinance So, nung we did a 3-month study, at the end, parang insufficient. So, in-extend pa ni Mayor yung studies. And then, na-extend ulit kasi nga, he wants solid data when he makes the decision to approve it talaga. Kasi nga, malay mo, magkakaproblema tayo in the future kung kulang-kulang naman yung basis natin. And so, yun, that's the kind of guy that the mayor is. Hindi siya parang umiimbento lang ng polisiya without anything to back it with. But we need the congestion charging.
Kailangan.
Which is just one component of the Smart Urban Mobility Plan.
Right. Let's move on to other issues.
Shoot.
Ba't parang nag-die down na yung mga ayuda stuff? Wala
Ayuda?
na masyado? Nahihingi sa kung saan man nila hinihingi yun?
AKAP and
Pakap.
well, medyo nagkokwan siguro. Well, they approved the budget, di ba? In-approve nila yung budget pa rin na laden with ayuda,
Right.
which is basically pork barrel.
Ah.
Yes, pork barrel because may sharing yung bawat congressman so that they could use, especially in this time na we're in the election period, talagang malaking tulong yan pagdating sa
Pag ginamit mo.
pag ginamit
Natural,
mo.
Alright.
Ang problema pa dyan, mukhang hindi dumadaan sa DSWD.
Pero sinong nagko-qualify dyan? Ako, I don't know that, Daryl, so I'm asking you na. Who qualifies?
Ewan ko.
Unemployed people, single parents?
Supposedly, kaso lang ang mga chismis, I'm not saying it's in Baguio
Right.
Nangyayari is may sariling criteria ang bawat congressman
Baka sa Baguio yun.
Ay, malay natin.
Okay.
Sino ba yung napipilahan ng yung office niya lagi?
Sa Baguio?
Oo. Sorry
Ako curious din ako kasi
Kasi nakakainis ang haba-haba ng pila.
Kaya nga.
Nakaka-obstruct dun
Pero
sa
how do
highway.
they qualify? Galing ba sa barangay officials yan? Or DSWD has a list? Or
Supposedly,
supporter mo ba
DSWD.
ako o hindi? Kasi kung hindi, wala ka sa list. Hindi natin alam eh.
Ang ginagawa kasi ni Mayor ganito yan. Pag halimbawa meron nagbigay sa kanya
Target groups kay Mayor alam ko eh.
Hindi, kay Mayor ang ginagawa niya is if may senator or whoever nagbibigay sa kanya ng pondo for yung parang similar dito. Ang ginagawa niya dito, download niya sa DSWD, sa CSWD. Kasi sila naman lead agency diyan eh.
Right.
So
So it
CSWD
doesn't even touch the mayor's office.
no. Kaya nga walang pila sa mayor's office.
Ah.
Kasi nga nasa Oxwadu.
So bakit sa office ni
Ni
Kong
ano,
ang haba ng
Ay, hindi ko lang
pila?
alam. Hindi ko lang alam.
Di ba peace and order ka? Dapat medyo tinatanong.
May minsan sabi ko, nagpilit naman tayo. But that's how the mayor does it. Talagang yun dapat ang tamang paraan. Kasi nga si Oxwadu, yung kanyang qualification process is based on the national guidelines.
Baka in cahoots naman sa ibang officials ng department na yon.
Yun ang hindi
Kasi
natin alam. Pero
how would they even allow? Kasi meron tayong mga
hindi ko nga alam.
kababayan at mga kaibigan na they really need the help. Pero,
pero
ganun nga na
yung mga select few daw ang ano.
Tapos paulit-ulit.
It's just funny, ano? I'll share you a
So ibig
post.
sabihin nun, kung unemployed ka, wag ka nang maghanap ng trabaho. Kasi may darating ka naman na ayuda. Tama?
Hindi, ganun na nangyayari. Di ba?
Hindi ko na medyo ayuda.
Ayuda, iso na lang timagikan. Di ba?
Hindi, meron kasi akong nakitang post na isang congressman from Cagayan de Oro.
Ayan.
That just clearly shows the situation of that ayuda, no? Screenshot. Ito. Sabi niya, this is from a certain Lordan Swan. He is the 1st District Cagayan de Oro, Congressman of Cagayan de Oro City.
Okay.
Sabi niya dito, ito, official page niya to ha. After posting the names of those who voted yes to impeach VP Sara, I received many messages from friends and relatives asking why. To save time, I'm addressing it here. I voted yes because it was the right thing to do. VP Sara and his family must be held accountable for their wrongdoings, blah, 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 blah. They are not the good leaders we once believed them to be. To my supporters ha, so ibig sabihin, quinalify niya na agad dito eh. I'm not sure if he's dumb eh. Kasi, to my
Why not?
support-
Because he's a congressman.
attorney pa ha.
Oh.
Pero to my supporters, so quinalify niya na. Ito lang sa mga supporters ko, yung mga hindi ko supporters, hindi kayo kasama nito. Di ba? I know you stand with me. Rest assured, the ayuda is coming.
Ay,
diba?
galing, ano?
After we voted yes, Speaker Romualdez provided additional budget allowing us to give even more assistance to the people. Ano? Kinonfirm niya lang yung kagaguhan na nangyayari ngayon sa Kongreso, di ba? So, pag hindi ka pala nag-vote ng yes,
Narinig mo ba yun? Did you watch Atty. Cartugan talk about
yeah,
all that votation stuff?
my cousin,
That's your infamous. Yeah.
the infamous Ray Kamtugan,
Yes.
you know. So this is it. You know, this is what's happening really. At ito nga, hindi ko nga alam kung gaano kaano to kasi qualify niya pang supporters daw. Kailangan pa bang sabihin mo yun, no? So, that is the situation of the country and they're using this ayuda thing to make things move in Congress. So, kung hindi ka pumapanig sa liderato ng gatekeeper ng pera, which is the speaker, wala kang makukuha ng pondo. That's just too bad, you know? Kaya nga, etong mayor natin, pumupunta pa sa Senate. He was invited in the Senate to really say his piece because marami din nagpaparating sa kanya. Alam naman natin na ang mayor natin is siya na yung isang parang nagiging beacon of fighting against corruption. Kaya siya ang ini-interview lagi and he's learned a lot. Meron talagang mga 777, dati 333, meron pa palang 777. Assurance na mga pondo itong mga to para sa mga kongresistang sasang-ayon sa certain move ng Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, Daryl, yung knowledge ko kasi tungkol sa mga AKAP is only based on what I see, no? And watch in the TV. But as an ordinary citizen, no? Siyempre, may mga perception tayo with regards to that issue, yung AKAP. And Actually, iniba lang nilang pangalan di ba? Dati, iba rin ang pangalan yan di ba?
Dati may ano, well, ito yung Tupad, pero different names lang to, pero it's the same thing
It's the same, yeah.
It's the same thing. At tayo naman na nagpapakahirap, who pay our taxes, tayo naman na nagre-reklamo ngayon kasi parang hindi na pala kailangan magtrabaho. Umasa na lang tayo sa...
Magpalista ka lang sa barangay.
Yun. Buti sana kung tama nga po yung yung selection process If it
Yeah.
really goes to the marginalized and those who really have none, who really needs this kinds of assistance. Pero there's a saying that says, teach a man to fish and then yun. So we're not really helping them by giving them this unlimited funds, no? Na parang halos monthly funds na kasi wala, dyan na po sila aasa I've lived in Manila and I've seen this kind of system work.
Yeah.
Kaya nga, they keep people poor. Kasi nga, umaasa na lang sila sa sistemang ganito. And that's how they control itong mga voters natin. Especially, lalo sa Manila, pag hindi ka supporter, wala kang makukuha. So, you're forced to support somebody, a politician, in the hopes na may bibigay sa'yo.
Yeah.
And it's happening in the entire country now. Parang talagang large scale na ang ginagawa nila ngayon.
Alam mo, Daryl, kasi I'm a postgraduate in disaster management, no? Basically, pag disaster kasi, mostly ang kawawa yung mga indigents, yung mga those who
Sila ang most vulnerable.
those who do not have the capacity to cope up with a disaster,
Yes.
no? So basically, it boils down to alleviating the conditions of the people, no, by engaging in other ways to help the people, like for example, infrastructure, yung mga power, like one study that we did using the pine needle as a form of energy, which can power the whole, certain areas that do not have electricity, and helping them engage in industries, which can, alleviate the poverty situation, no? At saka ang isang isyong malaki kasi natin yung korupsyon. Yung korupsyon ang malaking issue natin. So, ang nangyayari nga natin, itong mga politiko, they engage in these kinds of, in these kinds of activities. Basically, para bumango.
Yeah. The desperate ones who...
Very traditional kasi yun Di ba? Para pogi.
Oo.
Anyway,
so you've shown me something, no?
Yes.
Pero actually, this is the thing. I actually screen grabbed ang sinishare sa akin ni Coach ngayon is yung dinidisown ni nung congressman na pinag-usapan natin kanina lang, yung kanyang statement. But
Right.
I actually screen grabbed it from his page. So ano yun, nagkamali yung kanyang staff? Kasi ako, I am quite, before ako mag-share, I make sure na dun nga talaga galing yan. I'm also careful. And I made sure na it was from this congressman's page. So, ngayon dinidisown niya siguro, okay. Change of, medyo napasubo ako nung sabi niya siguro. But ako, I can say that I took it
Right.
from his page.
Well, it's good that we recognize that na meron na ring statement retracting.
So, sinasabi fake news.
Oo.
And anyway, we know what's happening. And that's why ang daming ang umaalma, no? Not only itong mga taong apektado, pero even the insiders themselves.
Right.
Talagang itong nangyayari sa atin. So you cannot deny that ayuda is being used as a tool to win votes.
Sure. I mean, very rampant na yan, na hindi lang dito sa buong country.
And that the House of Representatives, the leadership of that, is using it to control other congressmen.
Right.
Kaya nga, si Mayor mismo nag-expose yan So I'm gonna stand by what I'm saying here.
So kung ikaw yung host, mas marami.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, yung sinabi ni Sir Mon kanina about, post-grad siya sa disaster.
Disaster management.
Sabi ko rin sa kanya kasi noon I have experience na I work with the Office of Civil Defense din in 2012 na when that Republic Act was broken down, Sir Mon, I was with the Civil Defense kaya in the back of my hand, alam ko po yung RA na yun, yung 101 to 1.
101 to 1.
Yep. So, ang ganda kasi it was really designed to assist not just the indigents but everybody in the community to be aware when disaster strikes. Ang problema natin, sa akin personally, the BDRRMC is only activated during. The law clearly states you could do it before, during, and after.
Yeah.
Yun
In anticipation tapos post-disaster na. No?
Right.
During and
So,
post-disaster.
yung rehabilitation natin, may
Preparation.
mitigation tayo, may preparation tayo, tapos yung actual during. Ang problema na nakikita ko personally is the training on these life-saving steps should be done conductly on a continual basis. Ang nangyayari lang pag disaster man, saka lang tayo na gumagawa ng ganyan So, even the members of the BDRIM are not even really qualified to perform life-saving steps.
Yeah.
So, it might not be an issue to a lot, pero the golden rule of disaster management is actually to save lives. So, alam niyo naman sa atin dito sa Baguio, out of the 20 typhoons, 7 are super typhoons and 3 of them or 4 of them passes Baguio City. But how prepared are we really? Diba? So, kaya nga dapat may mga contingency plan tayo just in case may mga problemang ganyan. Meron pa yung sinasabi nating yung mga actually.
Ang isa pang problema, kasi I'm part of the CDR RMC, no? And we do have quarterly meetings.
Right.
One thing that I have always been mentioning is that okay, meron tayong incident command system, meron tayong protocol na si OCD ang magli-lead.
Right.
Pag o sige, nakaset ang mga yan. But when it happens,
Wala na.
alam mo nangyayari, bawat office,
Kanya-kanya.
they fall back to their own protocols.
Kanya-kanya.
Hindi yung, na-create tong incident command system, mayroong ng incident commander, meron na siyang lieutenant and stuff to take care of all aspects
May
of the
liaison
response.
pa, may operations,
Yes.
may-
Hindi kasi they tend to fall back, each office will tend to fall back to their own internal protocols.
So, with the
Kaya
expert, how do you
nga,
fix that?
Basically, yung frontliners kasi in times of disaster, no? In our present setup in the government, like yung nabanggit mo, Daryl, sa CDRIM, kasi basically more of the command center nga lang. But the frontliners or the people who go to the actual sites, wala. So basically, ang function ng armed forces, it is the reserve force who go to the front lines.
Yeah.
Kasi ang regular force, combat yan eh.
Yes.
Ang pumupunta talaga sa frontline, yung reserve force. And I think that was proven even in the past disasters, no?
Yeah.
Even in the COVID, even in the typhoons, even yung mga landslides, no?
Yeah.
Yung mga nakaka-recover ng mga, like dyan sa Poliwes, may na-recover kami dyan sa Balakbak. Reserve force ang mga frontlines dyan talaga. So basically, actually that is also imputed in the Republic Act. That based on the Republic Act, these frontliners should be registered with the CDRIM as the frontliners.
Right.
Registered in the CDRIM so that in times of disaster, these people are the ones that will be called upon during
As
this
rescuers.
disaster.
Under the operations.
As rescuers. However, those frontliners has a corresponding benefits as prescribed by law.
By law.
Yeah, mayroon kasing insurance din yung mga yan.
Yes.
Marami kaming kasama na mamatay din dyan.
Yeah.
Natataga na ng lupa. Kasi, we entered kasi itong slide prone area not knowing na meron pa palang second
Pasunod,
wave.
oh.
Maraming nangyari sa amin yan na tabunan din.
Yeah.
So, those are the salient features of that Republic Act that has to be evaluated and looked upon
Again.
and coordinated with the Reserve Command. Kasi in Cordillera ay na Baguio, yan lang ang Army yung
Detachment.
Philippine Army. Oo.
Yung nasa liwanag niya.
Sa liwanag. And nandyan yung Reserve Force.
Pero the thing is, with the volunteers, ito rin ang isang nire-raise ko sa council, no? Sa CBRM Council. Minsan, ang galing mag-volunteer ng Pinoy. Pero wala naman siyang skill set.
Yeah.
So, nagiging problema pa siya during the incident.
Totoo.
Ganun na po. So, sabi ko, we need to qualify them. Hindi lahat dapat may pinagbibigyan natin kasi nag-volunteer. I used to work for the UK government. We have this team called Rapid Deployment Team. No?
Yeah.
At hindi ka basta-basta makakapasok dyan. May psychological test pa yan. And people fail on that. Kasi nga, dapat kaya mong mag-deal ng dugo, ng trauma, and stuff.
shock.
Yeah. So, kailangan yun. That's what I've been recommending to the council. And I'm not exactly sure what we're doing about that. Pero yun ang ini-insist ko na dapat ang lahat ng ating volunteers are equipped.
Sure.
Para, nandun sila para tumulong at hindi sila yung tinutulungan.
But trained.
Yes, trained. And
Yeah,
there
yeah.
should be regular trainings for them as well. Kasi kahit nga nurse ka, di ba? Nurse ka by profession, pero hindi mo, iba yung trauma sa...
Ba't ka nasa call center?
Ayan. Pero iba yung trauma na may experience mo sa ganyang klaseng disasters.
Right.
Baka hindi mo kayang handling. At the very least, may psychological test dapat yan.
So here's the thing. Before all of those things should be in place, we have to have designated disaster areas kasi. Di ba? Isipin mo yan. The law states na 5% of your disaster fund, you should be able to purchase life-saving materials, whatever used for training, before, during, and after. So, ibig sabihin, hindi gaya nun na the only way you could access your disaster fund is through stating state of calamity na situation mo sa... Ngayon, hindi na.
Hindi,
So,
hindi. Oh.
ang maganda dyan, sinasabi ko na yan noon na kunyari maliit si South Drive, napakaliit. You think 5% of their ERA is ample or enough to purchase yung mga materials na kailangan nila, life-saving materials. So we should create yung mga barangay alliances. Tama? So instead of having just one disaster center, which is the CDRRMC, may mga remote places tayo eh. Like Pinget and Irisan. Paano na kung merong slide or just a bare fire?
Something that would isolate the place.
Like fire. Di ba? Good thing meron tayong detachment sa Irisan.
Fire.
Right. Pero kung nasa Purokwan yun, the travel time from there to there, tapos na yung, So, my recommendation sana is to have strategic locations ng barangay DRRMC that is composed of 2 to 3 barangays.
Parang district,
Sure.
Yes.
Tama.
Yes.
There-
More capacity
So, meron
in terms of
tayong
tools.
disaster shacks
Yeah, yeah.
within the district.
Yeah.
So, if there's 20 districts...
That was actually discussed in our meeting sometime in 2023. It's like to place container vans
Right.
in strategic areas na kumpleto ng mga
Tama.
equipment. I'm not sure what happened with that pero
Pala, tali, butas.
oo.
So, di ba?
ang problema naman pag nangyari ang disaster, hindi na nagbabalikan yung mga tools na yan.
Hindi, actually, tinanong ko rin yan kahapon tungkol dyan sa... Actually, land use plan ang tinanong ko. Sabi ko, Mayor, yung land use plan natin, hindi pa ba tapos? Ang tagal na. Kaya pala tumatagal yung land use plan, it was referred back to the barangays. Yeah, instead of the top to bottom, galing sa city, papunta sa barangay, yung ginawa, bottom to top, no? So, kaya pala tumagal because it was given to all the barangays. And the disaster management aspect of the land use was imputed. It was imputed in the land use plan.
Okay.
Kaya pala kumapal yung land, ganyan daw kakapal yung bagong land use plan kasi lahat daw ng barangay may disaster management. I'm just hoping na yung disaster management plan ng every barangay is actually implemented. In terms of, yung sinabi mo nga, yung in terms of responders, in terms of, capacity, your resources, and everything.
I mean, how many barangays do you really actually visit, Partner Daryl, na would actually show a disaster plan where you have evacuation routes? Nothing. Tama?
Meron naman. I think sa itong natin, yung land use plan, kung nagkukos ay yung bottom-to-top approach, the city planning should actually isa-isahin niya na yun mga barangays to help them, craft their inputs.
Right.
Otherwise, kasi pag hahayaan natin mga yan, maybe they're doing it, I'm not so sure, no? Para mapabilis naman.
Yun na nga itong ginawa. Kaya tumagal.
Ah.
Yun na nga itong ginawa.
Kasi nga sila ang experts, alam nila yung
Yung barangay nila.
Tama.
Oo.
Kasi nga, tama yun. Yung, even sa, sa traffic management, unique ang bawat barangay. Hindi mo pwedeng i-apply ang, walang one size fits all.
Kasi alam mo, Dario, actually, Baguio is one of the disaster-prone areas in the country, no?
In the country.
Actually, one of the top
Yeah.
na disaster-prone, because of the typhoons,
Landslides.
because of the
Slippery,
high
sinkhole.
precipitation, and yun na nga, typhoons.
Saka yung slopeness natin, 90% of the Cordilleras are slopey. So, yun nga, out of the 20 recorded na typhoons, 7 of them are super typhoons.
Yeah.
3 to 4 passes the Cordilleras. And Baguio City, of course. Diba? So, ito, banggitin natin itong mga watchers natin. Nabanggit na natin na si Councilor Edwin Jr. is watching.
Si Leon.
Councilor Elmer Datuin is watching. Our brother Leon Kiatong is watching. Manang Janet Molintas is watching. Dema Dulnuan is watching. So, dumadala na po ang mga nanonood sa atin kasi siguro maganda rin yung mga issues natin eh.
Yeah.
Pero let's go offshore rin. What's happening with Donald Trump?
I just watched Trudeau's statement, kasi they're gonna get back they're gonna retaliate to the US.
Tama.
The thing is, alam mo ako I always give the benefit of doubt Trump was forced to do this. Hindi ko from the limited information that I know of what's happening there.
Right.
The Canadians and the Mexicans have promised to the US that they'll do something about the influx of drugs into the US and illegal aliens, no? Sa drugs, particularly fentanyl. But they didn't do as promised. So, pag pumunta ka nga sa San Francisco, parang hindi na siya San Francisco daw Kasi you'll see zombies. Di ba? Ang daming naka-camp out dyan.
Totoo ba yun?
Yes, it is. And in other states as well. So, New York.
Talaga?
Okay.
Siguro. Kasi may Skid Row doon.
TikTok mo lang nakikita.
TikTok mo lang.
No, it's really
No,
true.
how about banning those transgender athletes from playing sports
I
and
completely
professional
agree
sports?
with that.
Well, let me see this.
Pwede ba-
We shouldn't ban them. We should create a category for them.
I think that's what he. No.
We gotta be conscious.
He banned them from joining female.
Okay.
Female sports.
Yes,
Yung mga
yes.
lalaking transgender na nagpapakababae, hindi pwedeng sumali sa mga female sports, which is just but right. You've heard of this swimmer, di ba? What's her name? Na unheard of is about 130 plus ang kanyang ranking.
Oh.
Pero nung transgender siya, I forgot his name sumali siya sa female swimming competition, he dominated them. So it's just a perfect example, man.
Right.
A man is always a man. They've got bigger lungs, bigger hands. And,
Well, Bruce Jenner is an Olympian,
di ba?
right?
Diba?
So can you imagine him playing?
I think it's just a
That's
perfect.
yun eh.
It's not an issue on inclusivity anymore. It's just insane, man.
Wouldn't you like just consider that having their own category?
Di ba pati sa MMA? Totoo yun. Dapat yung ganun.
Sa Muay Thai meron.
Sa MMA nga babae, nagpakalalaki sumali sa MMA, knockout. With an unseeded martial artist, no? I mean, it's all about biology.
Tama.
Hindi mo pwedeng pekehin yan
Right.
Ang problema napaka-weirdo tong mga yung nakarang administration sa you know how it is, medyo masyadong nagpaka-liberal to.
Ibang klase yun. Tama. I mean,
And allowing kids to mutilate themselves, decide for themselves. Kasi nga daw sila, feeling nila, lalaki sila or babae sila. They were born in the wrong body. And let kids decide for their mga irreversible na
procedures.
That's crazy. You know? I think he stopped that as well.
It has consequences.
Yes.
Oh, siyempre, di ba?
May consequences.
Iba yung...
In fact, when you're a teenager, you don't even know what you want in life. You know, how come they will give you a that kind of decision, no? Authority to?
Hindi ko, just to be fair, kasi meron yung influenced or maybe meron din yung pinanganak na talaga na...
Totoo naman yun.
Di ba?
Totoo naman yun.
Kasi,
But,
pero yung iba napipeer pressure eh.
yeah.
Kasi we
Like,
know
I have
several
my brother. Okay.
several friends na...
Tatlo kami lalaki.
Okay.
So the second child is gay. And it was pretty obvious when he was young.
That doesn't give you any tendencies there.
No. Evidently not. Pero,
Di ba?
my brother, you know, despite being gay, is hindi siya naniniwala sa ganyang mga transgender na sumasali sa
Yeah, kasi
female
gay,
sports.
gay means happy,
Yes.
right?
Any more about Trump?
Wala, it's just weird. Pero tama lang yun. Kasi you cannot just have a transgender male to female play in a female sport.
Kahit nga daw nagtitake ng ano, may sinasabi silang they take some form
Nah,
of
the bone structure
hormones.
is still there.
Yeah.
The bone structure
You
is
were-
still there.
You lived your life, most of your life as
Yep, yep.
a male, tapos gano'n, wala. Kaya nga, nagdo-dominate ka na. Dati, unheard of ka. Ngayon, ikaw na yung ano. Kawawa naman sila, ano, katulad nila, there's this female athlete that's very vocal about it. I forgot her name. Na swimmer din. And she's very vocal about it. And tama yung sinasabi niya na, unheard of ka, tapos sasali ka sa amin, tapos ido-dominate mo kami na...
Di ba sa boxing ng Olympics meron ganong issue?
Oo, yung nanalo, di ba?
Pero talagang babae siya.
Na-strip off yun.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he a trans?
Basta na-determine yata na he's more of a biological...
Anyway, the bad thing about it, the next Olympics is in 2028.
In California, di ba?
Walang boxing.
Really?
Yes.
Bakit?
I don't know.
Pero that's gonna be held in the US, di ba?
Yes.
Oo.
They took out boxing.
Dapat i-reverse niya ano yun.
Di ba?
Trump.
Ni Trump. Hindi kasi tignan mo, ang dami nating nag-medals na ano na Pilipino, Cordilleras pa
Oo.
na boxers natin.
Yun ang ano
Diba?
naman, huwag naman sana.
Tama. Oo, kasi boxing's been around forever, even in the
Mababawasan pa
1900s.
tayo ng medal niyan eh.
Tama. Oo. Anyway,
We have
we're very
vocals.
close. We have 5 minutes. Let's recap. Again, Lito Adiwang is on the verge of getting back in the top 5 sa One Championship Strawweight division, right? And we would like to wish him his very best for tomorrow's fight. Morning po yun. Nasa
Morning
Prime
ba?
Video, yes. At
Sa
saka
1FC, 1FC.
One Championship, yep. So that's gonna be early in the morning, Thailand, Bangkok time.
Same time, kwan tayo mate?
Yes,
Time zone.
yes,
by the way. So,
same time zone.
Hindi
I'm
tayo
very
kailangan
excited for him. I hope he gets that W so he could advance more and get closer to
Yeah.
his goal.
you know, even him losing is, you know, yung mga fights niya is very, very exciting pa rin. Hindi siya boring. no?
Talagang
Kaya I think One Championship is really, is not, I mean, they're keeping him kahit medyo natalo-talo siya. Pero even, it's quite impressive, no? Nakita ko yung kanyang ground game. In fact, ilan ang panalo niya sa submission. He's got a lot of submission under his belt eh.
Mr. Adiwang is a Kimura master.
Diba?
Pag
Oo,
nahawakan ka ng shoulder niya.
Kaso lang talagang pag master din ng kalaban mo,
I'm proud to say I'm his first grappling coach. Yeah.
akala ko ba golf lang alam mo.
Hindi ba ako mag-choke sa golf?
Macho ka sa kagugol.
Yeah, pero I think he's gonna fulfill his dream. He's getting closer. Ang maganda kay Lito,
We believe in it.
he's a very smart kid.
He is.
He talks about what he wants. He's very vocal in social media. Kasi ngayon ang athletes, you really have to promote yourself.
Yeah.
Diba? Not being too arrogant or anything.
Cocky.
Pero you stay grounded tapos you're very vocal sa mga gusto mo.
Isa nga yung pag nagsalita after nung kanyang match, no? He makes sense and yun na nga may intelligent yung sinasabi niya, at the same time, ito sports ng ano na medyo may onting machismo eh.
Right,
He doesn't miss to present himself that way. No, tamang balance lang eh. I like him kasi sabi ko may utak tong taong to ako. And he's really good at fighting.
Good
as
kid,
well.
good kid. Thunder Kid, good luck.
Good luck, sir.
Bring home the W tomorrow.
You will. Yeah.
Yes, and you know you will. Thank you, Sir Mon, for being our first live ever.
Akala ko magkukwento ka ano eh.
in person.
Akala ko may ikukwento siyang mga I see dead people eh.
Yeah.
Madami yan, madami.
Marami siguro doon, di ba?
Habol natin. Ano, meron ba doon?
Hindi,
Meron.
parang pwedeng
May
mag-holiday
experience.
party doon, ano? Parang,
You have CCTVs, di ba?
Yeah.
Meron ka bang, meron bang interesting footage na
sa HGTV, marami ng ganun, di ba? Sa mga, yung mga ghost hunters. Mga,
Then meron kaming isang incident no, actually. I had a bad habit during early development of our project. No, we usually engage in the one battle after the working just to relax
Yes,
ourselves. No, so one time I was drinking with our
Workers.
undertakers.
Undertakers.
Oh, undertakers. So I asked one of my undertakers to buy cigarette, and then the cigarette is new. It's
Open,
unopened. No? Eventually, I opened it, but after a while we were drinking, when I looked at my cigarette, there were I think 4 or 5 pieces left,
Oh,
and it's a newly
open
bought.
pack.
So I even got mad at my undertaker why he finished my cigarette. and he said, I did not get anything yet. He said, I did not touch your cigarette. So I said, who got my cigarettes? So that is one of my experience.
Pero na capture ng CCTV.
And then I asked him, nag-atang ka ba? Hindi sir, kaya pala baka
Abanda inala.
baka inaalala niya yung cigarette ko, kaya ang kagayam nag-atang
Dapat damihan mo pa yung CCTV mo doon. Nakita mo.
Ito, from Mr. Bong Garcia Jr. Ben Garcia. How about you talk about Trump dismantling U.S. aid
Yeah.
and the ramifications of that?
Alam niyo kasi ang USAID, it was used as a cover, apparently, from what I have read, in meddling with state affairs of other nations.
Right.
The cover. Like for example, they've been funding opposition. So parang pag halimbawa meron silang isang government na ayaw nilang nakaupo, they use that through the media to fund yung parang disinformation.
Right.
And there's so much evidence. Apparently, from what I have read, there's so much evidence to support that. Kaya nga, I think yung ginagawa nila ngayon na they've stepped back to reassess muna kung anong kailangan natin gawin. Kasi I think USAID will continue in the future.
Well, it's been around for a long time.
Pero dapat tama yung paggagamitan at hindi siya ginagamit na parang pang spy, pang...
Well, here's the ironic part about it. Palaging ganyan. Maganda yung concept, maganda yung intentions.
Kaya naman
But
sila
the implementors,
Yeah.
not just there,
The
the whole
CIAs.
world, di ba, would take that as an opportunity to sabotage something they don't like.
Ganun naman talaga.
Apparently, totoo yan eh.
Eh, ang policy yata ni Trump is America first, di ba? Kaya nga, balik kayo lahat dito. In his first term, that's what he did.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
to be fair with the guy.
I lived there for 20 plus years, man, and I remember, sabi niya, yung mga immigrants na walang mga, yung mga tawag doon, TNT, yung mga,
Walang visa.
walang visang pumasok, sabi niya, lalo na, he's very specific, yung mga Mexicans daw.
Yeah.
So he's gonna build the wall. Sabi ni, yung
He
isang,
did, di ba?
sabi nung isang, si George Lopez, yung comedian,
Si George Lopez.
sabi niya, who do you think's gonna build the wall?
The Mexican.
Mexicans, ese.
Pero they're going under, di ba? Grabe.
Right.
Anyway, so I think we've had another good run.
I had a blast. I'm hoping that we will.
We need to practice on our opening, you know. So
yeah.
Still a little bit awkward.
Right.
Medyo
Awkward
dapat
pa eh,
matutunan
diba?
natin mag-relax muna unti. I like the style of Joe Rogan kasi they start while they're already talking to each other. Wala nang introduction. Nag-usap na, and then pak. Ano siya?
Very candid na kagad, no?
Yeah.
Pwede.
Tapos dapat may food.
Dapat may kape. Di ba? Kaya nga, ano eh. Diba?
We'll do that. Sige.
You could have some Starbucks.
Intermission.
Meron
Meron
ka.
tayong dancers dito.
Dancer.
We'll inject.
Break dancers.
Meron tayong meron tayong videographer involvement, no?
Ayan. So, I would like to thank the staff of Fridge TVs for
And
always making it fun and
Yeah.
very homey kami rito. Kaya, thank you so much, boss.
Please do feel free to give us suggestions of how we can make our show even more interesting and colorful. So,
Right.
para naman kayo hindi mabore sa amin.
Si
no?
Daryl, next yata may dalawang makeup artist kasi, the way he's gonna be on Esquire and, JK
Meron
Magazine.
na akong makeup artist. Kailangan lang bayaran eh.
Ano ba yan?
May bayad.
Walang promo, no?
Walang
Oh
promo.
my God. Anyway, so Ron,
Sirmon.
thank
Maraming
you.
salamat.
Did you
Thank you.
enjoy our
Yeah, thank
2
you.
hours of
Yeah.
talking shit?
Yeah.
Well, expect to be invited again in the future. Ano naman pag
Thank you.
interesting ang guest eh.
Thank you for inviting me.
Right, so that I think we're a wrap for our second episode, and thank you again for joining us. I don't even know how to do the closing, so we need to do that. We just come here really and
Well, thank you for your
talk
time.
stuff.
Again, this is Baguio Unfiltered. This is Cricket and my partner.
Daryl. Yun na lang alam ko closing eh.
So good night, Baguio. Thank you for watching and see you next Friday.
Right, see ya.